and China agreed to resolve situation in border areas peacefully. States gear up to open religious places, shopping malls, restaurants, hotels from tomorrow. Assam Chief Minister calls for innovation to add value to the traditional products. Northeast has emerged as a role model for development, says Union Donor Minister. And India surpasses Spain, now fifth worst COVID-19 hit nation. Assam reports 92 new COVID-19 positive cases today. Good evening, viewers. Welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Sangeeta Bhattacharjee. Now with the details. India and China have agreed to peacefully resolve situation in border areas in accordance with various bilateral agreements and keeping in view agreement between the leaders that peace and tranquility in India-China border regions is essential for overall development of bilateral relations. External Affairs Ministry said in a statement that a meeting between the co-commander based in Leh and the Chinese commander was held yesterday in a cordial and positive atmosphere. Both sides noted that this year marked the 70th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between the two countries and agreed that an early resolution would contribute to the further development of the relationship. They agreed to continue the military and diplomatic engagements to resolve the situation and to ensure peace and tranquility in the border areas. Earlier on Friday, foreign ministry officials of both nations reviewed overall scenario and bilateral relations. States and union territories are gearing up to open religious places, malls, restaurants, hotels and offices from tomorrow. Union Health and Family Welfare Ministry had on June 4 issued standard operating procedures SOPs to open up these places. As per guidelines, generic measures need to be observed by all staff, workers or patrons at all times when visiting malls, restaurants or workplaces. These include physical distancing of at least 6 feet and use of face covers or masks, respiratory etiquettes to be strictly followed. This involves strict practice of covering one's mouth and nose while coughing, sneezing with a tissue handkerchief, flexed elbow and disposing of used tissues properly. Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal called for innovation to add value to the traditional products of the state to capture global market. The Chief Minister made this call while taking part as chief guest at Uddam Assam, celebrating success, supporting Startup Dreams, a celebratory event commemorating the success of Assam startup The Nest at Ambari in Guwahati today. Assam startup The Nest, under the aegis of Industry and Commerce Department of the state government in the first year of its foundation, has included 75 startups. These startups with turnover of around 11 crore have generated 1,690 direct and over 40,000 indirect employments so far. Speaking on the occasion, Chief Minister Sonowal said the 21st century is a technology-driven society. With technology dominating everyday life, people's choices are changing. Therefore, to draw their attention and capturing world market, there is an urgent need to be innovative. Assam Education Minister
innovative aspect of technology atmoniyoগ কৰিব নতুন চিন্তা নতুন কৌশল নতুন
Assam Education Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma today, while addressing a press conference in Guwahati, said that government schools have shown better performance in high school leaving certificate examination this year. He said the pass percentage of 94 government schools in this year's HSLC examination was 100%. The result of HSLC examination was declared on Saturday. The Assam Education Minister also announced a slew of new initiatives to be taken by the State Education Department in the current fiscal year. Union Minister Jitendra Singh has said that Northeastern region has emerged as a role model in corona management after emerging as a successful model for development in the last 6 years. Singh said that this has become possible due to the priority and patronage the Northeastern region received by NDA government in the last 6 years. He was addressing the gathering while launching a booklet and its e-version on achievements of the Ministry of Department of Development of Northeastern region on completion of 1 year of government. The minister congratulated his team for achieving 100% expenditure during 2019-20 and said that there has been a significant development in terms of road, rail and air connectivity in the region. As per the latest update, India stands 5th among the nations worst hit by the COVID-19 pandemic in the world. The central government today said that the COVID-19 recovery rate is 48.36% in the country and 1,19,293 people have recovered from coronavirus so far. During the last 24 hours, 5,220 people have got cured. Health and Family Welfare Ministry said 9,971 new cases of COVID-19 have been reported in the last 24 hours, taking the total number of cases to 2,46,628 in the country. This is the highest spike in new cases in one day since the outbreak of the pandemic in India. During the last 24 hours, 287 deaths have been recorded, taking the nationwide toll to 6,929. The case fatality rate is 2.80% in the country. Assam has recorded a total of 92 new COVID-19 positive cases today. Assam Health and Family Welfare Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma in a tweet said out of the 92 new COVID-19 positive cases, 39 are from Hojai, 24 from Dhubri, 10 from Nagaon, 7 from Golaghat, 6 from Majuli, 5 from Lakhimpur and 1 from Dhemaji district. This takes the total COVID positive cases in the state to 2,565, out of which 1,943 are active cases. In another tweet, the minister said that 27 more patients have been discharged today after they tested negative for COVID-19 twice. Of the 27 patients discharged, 13 are from Silchar Medical College and Hospital, 5 from Hailakandi Civil Hospital, 4 from Diffu Medical College and Hospital, 2 from Fakhruddin Ali Ahmed Medical College and Hospital, 2 from Jorhat Medical College and Hospital and 1 from Assam Medical College and Hospital. The COVID-19 death toll in the state still stands at 4. The states of Northeastern region have witnessed spurt of COVID-19 positive cases in last 1 week. In Tripura, 55 new COVID-19 positive cases have been detected in last 24 hours, taking the total active cases in the state to 574. In Nagaland, the total number of cases in the state has risen to 107. In Sikkim, 4 new COVID-19 cases have been reported today, taking the total number of active cases in the state to 7. In Meghalaya, 1 person tested positive for COVID-19, taking the total number to 34 with 20 active cases. In Mizoram, 10 more persons have tested positive in last 24 hours, taking the total number of positive cases to 34 in the state. In Arunachal Pradesh, with 2 more persons testing COVID-19 positive today, the total number of COVID-19 positive cases have gone up to 49. In Manipur, 15 persons tested positive for COVID-19 today. With this, the number of coronavirus infected cases in Manipur has gone up to 172. Assam tops the northeastern states' COVID-19 tally with total 2,565 cases. Today is World Food Safety Day. It is celebrated to draw attention and inspire action to help prevent, detect and manage foodborne risks, contributing to food security, human health, economic prosperity, agriculture, market access, tourism and sustainable development. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has called upon all stakeholders, producers, vendors, consumers and governments to ensure that the food people consume is safe, healthy and nutritious. In a tweet, Naidu said there is also a need to create greater awareness on foodborne diseases. He said in India, people have a range of traditional foods prescribed according to the needs and climatic conditions. Three MLAs of Tirap district of Arunachal Pradesh had visited a quarantine centre at Khonsa on Saturday evening. The legislators took stock of FCs and inquired if any problems are being faced by the inmates at FCs. While interacting with the inmates in the quarantine centre, the team of legislators had responded to queries of inmates. The Tirap district administration has fully geared up to tackle COVID pandemic situation in the district. Meghalaya Education Minister Lakmen Rimboy informed that the Ministry of Tribal Affairs has agreed to provide the necessary financial assistance to students to meet their college fees. Talking to Doordarshan News, Rimboy informed that the Fees Fixation Committee after 7 years had its first sitting last year. The committee recommended that the scholarship provided will be based on the fees structure of the institutes.
I must tell you that I don't know why. That for
The worldwide death toll from COVID-19 has surpassed 4 lakh according to a tally by Johns Hopkins University that health experts say is still undercount because many who died were not tested for the virus. The milestone was reached on Sunday, a day after the Brazilian government stopped publishing a running total of coronavirus deaths and infections. Critics called the move an extraordinary attempt to hide the true toll of the disease rampaging through Latin America's largest nation. Brazil's last official numbers recorded over 34,000 virus-related deaths, the third highest toll in the world behind the US and Britain. Worldwide, at least 6.9 million people have been infected by the virus, according to Johns Hopkins University. To end the news, the headlines once again. India and China agree to resolve situation in border areas peacefully. States gear up to open religious places, shopping malls, restaurants, hotels from tomorrow. Assam Chief Minister calls for innovation to add value to the traditional products. Northeast has emerged as a role model for development, says Union Donor Minister. And India surpasses Spain, now fifth worst COVID-19 hit nation. Assam reports 92 new COVID-19 positive cases today. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.